Hey everybody, this is Ari in the Air. Welcome back to the channel. Once again, I've got our Euro SIV master, Heli Schrempf. Today, we want to talk about helping everyone understand the very tactical lessons on how exactly to fly in a pod harness. This is something that hasn't been talked about that much, and Heli's got some great ideas on. So thanks for being here, Heli. Help us understand, how should we be flying in pod harnesses?
Oh, it's how you say should I say? First, use the harness as the designer think about it.
Intended, yeah.
It's like it produced for a position, and it could be your body is not shaping with this harness. This is the first thing is you should think about. mm, there is all the time a discussion: how much pressure should I have on my legs? And first of all, we start in the SIVs 8 years ago to fly all maneuvers with straight legs. Not anymore with the legs under the part, go upright and control. No, we do all maneuvers in straight legs.
And
And
why is that?
first in front is the twists are not coming from the straight legs, they're coming from a blocked hip.
Hmm.
And why I changed this to say, hey, we fly this harness out in this position. So why shouldn't we train in this position? And to say, okay, for me, it's maybe more work as a trainer to say, hey, now I want to teach you as well to use your harness right. And to explain a little bit what I mean is, I have to bring you a little bit away that you see my naked feet. Maybe, I don't know if that's working. Let's see.
This is
Oh, to
great. I
put it
love it.
out.
This is great. Show us how to fly a pod harness.
Let's go. Okay. It's a little bit improving.
You got your sewing
Improving.
machine and your pod harness, your
Yeah.
imaginary pod.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Saw it. Okay. The biggest difference for the bot harness is first the position of the seatboard.
Uh-huh.
In the normal seat, it's going upright, a little
Okay.
bit upwards.
Uh-huh.
And then the bot harness first is like a little bit down, like this, or the
Yeah.
hangmags. Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
like the hangmags are fine as well. So, and for me was like there. So I have a connection point on my teeth, toes. Sorry,
Toes.
your teeth, toes. Yeah, and on my connection on my feet down, I'm leaning on my in my hangmac, and my hip is there inside, and the main tank is going up here,
Uh-huh.
and say how I shift the weight in this harness. This is the first thing.
Yeah.
And say, okay, everyone, like if you come from everything, everyone come from a seatboard harness, just a normal harness, and say, okay, I have to bring pressure on this leg, right? To So I push on it. And if I just watch on my feet in front, if I go with this leg, left side leg now, straight out and push, I pull the blade in front away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And I come to a point where I need a lot of tension in my side stomach muscle to keep
Mm-hmm.
this position because this layer from in front blocks me now to the other side. And now I get the full tension in my body, especially if I want to use more. And then I need to strong muscles in the arms for the brake to keep my position, and I feel nothing. If I do it on the other way around, if I get out of the tension of this side where I want to go a little bit, I don't say like bring it in full on. It's just remove a little bit and lift your knee a little bit up. Take the other side and support you on this side on your back support
Mm-hmm.
and start a roll movement. And the
Yeah.
whole system will go into the turn.
Mm-hmm.
This means it needs no power, it needs not much force from yourself to do that, but it needs a right adjusted bot harness. That means it have to be possible that you go more tension on your toes.
Your toes.
That means then you can lift up your knee. If you get the tension on the heel behind, you are not able. to get the tension out of your knee.
Yeah.
That means automatically you will block the hip, and this makes you twisting. And
Okay, so when you
this
say
it's
blocking the hip, you mean locking your legs out so that your hips and your
yeah,
feet are in a fixed
yeah. In a
rectangle.
fixed position, that
Uh-huh.
means you have as well a cross tension then in
Uh-huh.
your body. That means you can't follow the harness
Yeah.
if they want. And this there comes the twists from. And if you bring now, because the tension get too much, your legs underwards, it could be in the wrong moment you twist much easier. So
Okay,
that
and
means
so
for me, just a second, okay? Sorry, I need it. Just a second. Important is you have to be able to do this.
yeah.
And then back to here. And then stay in this harness. Stay in the position behind. That your arm has the perfect layer.
Okay, so your recommendation is that the foot plate should be adjusted so that the heels are slightly shorter than the toes.
You can choose different situations. What I say, if you beginner, I tested already with the idea, adjust it. At first, bring it to that you have the great movement. Then adjust the pot with 70% on the toes and 30% on the heel, like
Uh-huh.
as more because then it's more automatically if something happen, you got the tension out, but it keeps yourself into the harness
Yeah.
connected. That's the
Yeah.
important thing, depending to bring the legs down. It keeps you in the harness. You go in, you have time.
Yeah.
As better you get, go on 60-40, go on 50-50, and use both adjustments. This
And
is what I would recommend.
what do you recommend for the length of people's foot plate? Because this is something that everybody wonders how tight should the foot plate be? Should you have your knees locked out? Should you make it an adjustment so that the knees are slightly bent?
Um, sure is it okay if we go in the lock position? If you're able to remove it, if you're trained enough, when you go in the lock position and you feel there's something that you have to possible to change. And the lock position, it's nice for some times, but everyone knows you can't stay in the same position for 4 hours.
Of course not.
You will change. So sure, it's good to have different positions, but the most important position for the first is if something happen, I have to stay connected to my harness and be part of the harness. And that's only possible if I stay in it, my back lays on the harness, and I feel what's happened, and I can go on.
Okay, wonderful. So the other thing that um, the other thing that I've seen instructors recommend is as you begin, as if you're just getting into your first pod harness, if you're just switching from an upright harness to a pod harness, how do you recommend people set their pod harness up for their first flights?
Same, same.
Same, same. So is
Same.
the
It's like if you go on a motorbike. I say, oh no, for your first drive, I bring your steering part a little bit higher that you can see more comfortable. Sorry.
so do you I guess, what is your recommendation for how supine the back support of the harness should be?
You mean how far behind? Or
Like how much you're sitting up or laying down?
it's depending. It's depending on the pilot because, like 1 week ago, it was like I discussed with a girl, but yeah, but I'm just 164. I need an S, and I said, no, you need a medium. Because your upper body from your hip to the shoulder is nearly the same than mine.
Mm.
Sure. No, but everyone say yes, say yeah, but think you have different
Proportions.
lengths,
Mhm.
proportions. Yeah, thanks. Proportions on your body, and if the upper body, it's like a M, it's maybe a large, you know. Okay, then you have to find the harness what fits for it.
Mhm.
And for me, the important thing is the back support should be under the shoulder blades, maybe a little bit up.
Mhm.
If it get lower, you need more tension on the shoulder stripes. Then you get more blocked, then you get more upwards, then you get more blocked in, then your legs are too much down, you pull too much tension on the legs, and then congratulations, you're stand in full on, you're not able to go with the
Yeah. So really
so
too snug is like a problem. You really
yeah.
want there to be a comfortable looseness that it keeps you. The thing that I heard you say was that you want the foot plate to keep you in the harness properly. It's almost like a stirrup in that way.
Yeah, it's a help.
Yeah, it helps.
It's a
Okay, uh, so you've changed your, you said 8 years ago you changed in your SIVs from instructing people to curl their legs under the harness when something happens in the wild. I assume this is your instruction for people in the wild that because people comment this on my channel all the time. They say, "Oh, the pilot didn't pull his feet under when he took the collapse. He didn't pull his feet under. That was the problem. That's why he got line twisted." So, um,
most of the time it was the reason for the line twist.
yeah, right. I know it's like sitting in an office chair. If you spread out and then all of a sudden you have rotational momentum and you pull it in, it makes you spin really fast.
But maybe we can a little bit answer where it comes from. This meaning comes from long time years ago, long years ago. If you think about, we have now our carabiners up to the shoulder, around there. There are our main carabiners.
Mm,
And if you think about 25 years back, the carabiners was there.
yeah,
It's a different point completely, and that changed a lot. And if we talk now about lying pot harnesses, okay? Because I flew one time the harness, this was the position.
yes,
So this makes a big difference, and you are unable to unlock your hips. You
yeah,
have no chance. At the moment now, we have normal seat harness. They are a little bit leaned back, and the carabiners are here. We have a nice geometric for
yeah.
that, so we can follow. That's why they changed this. And
Uh-huh.
and that's where it comes from. And no one ever, or no one, not really. Some people think about, no, I do it with straight legs. And then I did, I think 2000, I don't know, 12, 13, 15, a YouTube video with an ice big 7, I think, or 6, or 5, whatever it was, I don't know. And I did like try to go dynamic to heli, I tried sat heli to connect some things, all with straight legs. And there is no, if you hip going with the negative spin, for example, you will not twist. I have people who oversteering a sat with straight legs, the hip is full in, they follow the rotation, they release, no twist.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, if you have a flyback and you're flying backwards, your butt helps you for stabilization.
Wonderful. Okay, so you're recommending that when something happens in the wild, that people use their foot plate to keep them in the harness properly and to
Be-
slightly bend their knees so that their hips become looser in their spine. Their hips and their spine become looser, and that you let your body follow the glider and be patient so that you can assess what's happening with the glider so that you can input with the glider in a nice clean motion with your arm as minimum input as you need and as much as it takes.
that's right. And there's only one thing, please, guys, out there. If you try something out, don't trust them blind.
Mm,
Go there, think about in normal situations, try to think about, try to test it, say how it feels if I go there. Because it's the same feeling what we do when we prevent collapse. If we feel the tension get lost, yeah, we go on it. If you jump away, you lose the tension, it collapse. And and this is for me very important. Think about, try it. If you can, if you feel the difference, play with your legs. If you feel what I mean, try it. If you feel or if you cannot see why you should do it, if you don't understand the movements, stay in your system what you do, what you
mhm.
did. Don't do it because anyone say it, you have to do it.
Yeah, don't
Think
do it
about,
because you heard Heli say it on Air in the Air, but
yeah, don't do that. It's like think about if it makes sense, try it and prove what I tell if it's right or not.
love that.
And 80, 98% I'm based on physics. So it will be very hard to work against. There are some harnesses or there may be some systems, they're working not quite nice
Uh-huh.
that we have, that I see as well. As well, we have this thinking about releasing of S-shaped profiles with shark nose, some different reactions coming out. Maybe we talk anytime about the upsnapping trailing edge, stuff like that. But there are coming so many things out where we have to learn steering wings differently than we did it 15, 20 years ago. We still can do the same right pull, right turn. It's not a problem. But in these cases where we go close to an accident, maybe close to a big collapse, the aerodynamic change and the technique in the wings are changed completely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in this parts, it makes a big difference how you react. You should be precise to deal with the energy we have now.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is great advice, Helly. Let's close on uh you've mentioned a couple of times having this like clean line with your arms so that your arms can work the brake in an unimpeded way. Give us the short tip on
Okay,
what
let's
it
do.
looks
Okay.
like for your arms to be ready to use the brakes.
For the first thing is you have to learn to release the muscles in your wrist.
Hmm.
Mm. Because I don't know if there are climbers out there. Are you climbing?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Okay. If you go there and you hold on, okay, you hang in, what's your wrist doing? Full tension or relaxed?
Should be relaxed.
Otherwise, you use too much power.
Yeah.
And it's like, let me see if I can find it quick. If you have a Bremse toggle in your arm, you wrap it up there and you grab it like hell.
Hmm.
You see this. That means if you block with 15 kilos, then you should feel a difference of tension from 0.1 kilo.
Hmm.
It's impossible. It's maybe movements. That means relax your wrist. Take this half rep. This half rep on the brake. It is right. It how you say it blocks the line, so you don't have to keep it like
Yes.
hell. That's the main reason why we should take the handle like that.
Mm.
Maybe it's a little bit shorter, but it's the blocking effect that we don't have to hold on with full
That
power.
it connects the line to your arm without having to use your hand or your wrist.
This is the most important thing on this half rep. And then feel the energies coming. Trust them. That means only use the power what you need to pull.
Yes.
But that's very easy to say if you have it done 1,000 times.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's what I'm hearing is that
Okay.
you want to do the half wrap so that you can unlock your arm to be as sensitive as
Okay.
possible.
With this is the most important thing. The rest I can explain faster. Okay. It goes to the shoulder. The pull is not the punch on the triceps, it's the shoulder. The
Mm.
shoulder blade, like to span a bow.
Uh-huh.
If you pull it in this position, you can have a lot of power to hold. You have a good power to release because it comes from the back muscles.
Okay.
This only you can do. This can you only do if you lean a little bit back in position. Because if you're too upright, you are done.
Yeah, it's
If you
short.
lean a bit back, you got a long way.
Okay.
And from
Okay.
this, it will come the pull down. So and that is important. Stay in the harness. If you go forward, you can't.
Interesting. So this kind of connects to how you use the foot plate to keep yourself in the harness, to keep your body position
Yeah,
right, and using the shoulder as opposed to the tricep, and
yeah,
also using the half wrap to keep your sensitivity so that you can feel a 100-gram difference when you're pulling 15 kg.
yeah. It makes completely difference.
This is
And this is
interesting,
the
brother.
first thing.
I'm going to launch my two-liner tomorrow and try to fly it real far, and I'm going to think about this
I
shoulder
was
versus tricep. I'll get back to you.
I did one thing last because when you talk too much, then you say something what you have to try later on.
Uh-huh.
And I said, it should be possible to fly a completely stall with two fingers.
Interesting.
And I did it on the codex. And when I get out, I have it on my fingers. If you're in the right moment, it was slice to pull, release to catch it, to go back and the flyback with two fingers. If you do it right in the right moment, you don't need muscle power. You don't need power.
Uh-huh.
I only fucked up the exit, but
Well, send us the video. I can't wait to see this.
yeah, yeah, there's like, and but there was like, okay, and it was, yeah,
Okay, bro. This is wonderful. Thank you so much. This has been very insightful.
it was a pleasure.
Thanks, Helly.
Amazing, guys. Thank you too.